All right, so for this lesson, we are going to be adding unlike coins. So mix of quarters, dimes, nickels, pennies, and I'll show you the algorithm for doing that using decimals. So let's start off kind of easy. Why don't we just start off with one of each of the common coins. We have a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny. So let's go ahead and write the values of each one of these in descending order. So we're going to write the one that has the most value at the top. We're going to say that the quarter is on top. Next would be the dime. Next would be the nickel. And finally, the penny. And we're writing the values of each of these. So the quarter is worth 0.25, the dime is worth 0.10 or 1/10 or 10 hundredths. The nickel is worth 0.05 or 5 hundredths. And finally, the penny is worth 0.01 or 1 cent or 1/100th. And we're going to add these together. Once again, keeping your numbers in line. You've got your hundredths lined up, your tenths lined up, and always, 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 like I said, keep those decimal points lined up. That is very, very important. So let's take 5 plus 0 is 5, plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. We'll write the ones here because 11 is larger than 9. That 1 now from the tens becomes a tenth. So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Okay, and we write our 4 down here. And you saw me put the decimal point in even before I wrote my number because I don't want to forget. And so our answer in this case is 41 cents with the dollar sign. Let's say we had something a little more difficult. We had multiple quarters, multiple dimes, nickels, and so on. So watch this. Let's imagine that I have 4 quarters. I've got 3 dimes. I've got 2 nickels and 3 pennies. All right, so there's a few different ways that we can go about this. We could make one big stacked equation. Let's simplify this a bit and add up like coins first, okay? So what we'll do first is we'll start with the quarters, all right? So if we have 4 quarters, that would be 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. Doing this algorithmically, we know that 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 is 100, or doing it algorithmically, we can do 5 plus 5 is 10, 15, 20. The 0 from that 20 gets written down here. Write 2 up here, because that 2 becomes tenths. We've got 2 plus 2 is 4, 6, 8, 10. Whoa, we got to write the 0 here. And that 1 from that 10 actually becomes a whole number, and we write it here. Now remember, if we don't write our decimal point in here, we just said that 4 quarters equals $100, and that's not right. So let's make sure that we put our decimal point there and the dollar sign. So we know that, we'll make a little bubble over here to say that we've counted the quarters. This is $1. Okay, let's focus on the next sized denomination, which is the dime. Now we've got 3 dimes, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to take a dime, 0.10, another dime, 0.10, another dime, 0.10. That's going to give us 0, 0, 0, which is 0, and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Bringing my decimal point down. The value of 3 dimes is 0.30, or 30 hundredths, or 3 tenths, but in money we say 30 cents. So I'm going to write that over here next to the dimes. And I'm just doing this on the whiteboard, but lots of people develop strategies in their heads that kind of clump these coins together, right? I often find that using this method of counting the largest coins first works best for me. So these dimes are worth 30 cents. Okay, let's get rid of that. I've got 2 nickels, and they are each worth 5/100ths of a dollar. So 0.05, 0.05. This is 5 cents plus 5 cents, that's 10. So I do this algorithmically. 5 plus 5 is 0. 5 plus 5 is 10. I write my 0 there. I bring this 1 over because that 1 is now a tenth. So 1/10 plus 0 is 1, which tells me that 2 nickels is worth 10 cents. And that's the value of that pile. And this last one is 3 pennies. So we've got 1/100th plus 1/100th plus 1/100th is 3 cents. Okay? And that is the value of my pennies. And that goes with this pile. Get rid of that. Now what we do is we take what's called our subtotals. The subtotals are the values that we gave to each one of these piles. So I'm going to bring the dollar worth of quarters over here. We're going to write 1.00, $1. I'm going to bring the dimes over, and that's worth 30 cents, we found out. I'm going to bring the nickels over, which we found out was 10 cents. And bring the pennies over, which is worth 3 cents. Set it up. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. I bring my decimal point straight down, and we have the 1 in the 1 column. And my answer over here is $1.43 is the total value of this pile of coins. There should not be a decimal right there. It's 1.043, $1.43. But if you do this in your head, I think a lot of people can keep track of it this way. This is what I would do, counting this change. I would say, okay, 25s, quarters first. That's 25, 50, 75, $1. And then I count the dimes, keeping that same number in mind. So that's $1.10, $1.20, $1.30. Now to the nickels. $1.35, $1.40, $1.41, $42, $43 gives us the same number. So let's do this using my in my head method. Okay, let's take let's see, 7 quarters. We'll bring out 4 dimes. We'll bring out 3 nickels, and we'll bring out 3 pennies. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I keep track of this in my head. I'm going to start with the largest coins. So in this case, I have my quarters, 25, 50, 75, $1, $1.25, $1.50, $1.75. I could just write this, but I'm trying to keep track of it in my head. So I'm going to continue to count. I'm going to count by tens up from $1.75. So this is $1.75, $1.85, $1.95. This is $2.05, $2.15. Now we're going to add by 5. So we got $2.15. We've got $2.20, $2.25, $2.30, $2.31, $2.32, $2.33. So we've got $2.33 using my mental method. So just giving you lots of strategies to count coins. We're going to be working a lot with this through the year, and I always want you guys to be proficient in counting coins.